We are going to create a user and give that user permissions to be able to access the form and the report that we already created in the previous videos. For that I am going to enter as admin, and the first thing we are going to do is create a user. For that I enter here in Settings, Users, and I'm going to click on Add. I'm going to fill out this form. This alias is a unique ID to identify this user. I think it's not mandatory. I have to establish an email, which will be the email we'll need to enter. Jhanu. The role that I am going to assign him. By default there are 3 roles. Admin, which is the super user. Guest, which is a user simply for us to establish permissions. And all is a wildcard to refer to all the roles. I'm going to use guest. I can create my own roles. Lang is the language that I am going to use for this user by default. I click on Enable. I can leave this empty, and this option establishes the site in which this user will be valid. If we leave it like this, by default it will be this same site that we are using, and now let's put the following information. I think it is not mandatory. And let's assign a password. Okay, the user has been created. Here I already have it. And with this I'm going to enter. So I'm going to log out of the system. We enter again using the new user. And we manage to enter, but we see that there is absolutely nothing in the menu. What we have to do is set the permissions for this user's role. What we're going to do first is set the menu options that this user has access to. For that I click here, Options menu. And I'm going to click on this option. Now I have to establish for which roles this option is visible. I select Guest. And click OK. Then surely we are going to see this new option, but nevertheless this option is only to be viewed, not to actually enter it. I can see it, but if I click here I get this error, and it is because we gave an option so that the user can see the option within the menu, but not to enter it. We are going to enter again as admin. Now I have to give permissions to that role to enter the different options. And for that I have to enter the reports. This is the report that we had made. I am going to edit it. Here where it says Components I click here and establish that the guest role access this option. So that's the first thing. However, I have to do the same with the form if I don't do the same with the form when I try to enter the form. Through the report all to get the same error. So once and for all, I'm going to enter the form. Here the permissions, they are a little more detailed. I click here where it says Event and I have to give permission to at least one of these events. I click for example, on Save. Click here I am going to tell you that admin can access this option. Click. On Delete click here, admin can enter this option. In this way I can establish which roles can, for example, record but cannot delete. Now I exit. I am going to enter again with the user. There they are perfect. For example, if I change this, I see that some permission is still missing. Let's see again. Something is still missing. Let's review how the permissions were. I'm going to exit and we enter again as admin. Edited the save event, and here is the problem. I set the role for admin only. I should have set it for guest. I can put several roles. This option can be accessed by multiple roles, but admin is implicit. I'm going to remove this. I only leave guest, and in the other I also lacked guest. Okay, let's be sure that this is ready. We are going to exit. We are going to enter again. We are going to device type. Let's edit, and I already have action. Now let's complete this. Save. Very well, and there it is. Remember that we can improve this form. Now let's try to eliminate 1. For example, this test. And it effectively removed it. Now I add a new one. Okay, and there it is. That's all.